All right, so now I want to talk about this topic that seems to be sweeping the collecting community, and that is, of course, Maximum Spider-Man and the price. Hasbro said we want $50 for that particular figure. And like, this is going to be the most articulated Spider-Man, and we want $50 for it. And a lot of people are justifying it, and a lot of people are saying, I don't know about a lot. I mean, well, I guess we'll say a lot. Well, that doesn't mean, because it's sold out on Hasbro Pulse, but that doesn't really mean people are justifying it. Some people are buying it for various reasons. You know, you got your scalpers out there, you got your resellers out there. Scalpers and resellers are two different individuals. You got folks out there that you really want it. And like some people have articulated, if it's something that you like, I mean, you may see it valuable. You may want it because of the articulation that you can't get from other Hasbro figures. And you don't have a Mafex. You don't have a CT. You may not want to jump on CT, any other knockoffs. Regardless, I don't know what your stance is, but you may want something like this from Hasbro because you're able to get all those different poses. You can get the classic McFarlane poses. Oh my gosh, right? And some people are like, yo, I mean, if it's valuable to you, you're going to get it because we all collect things for various different reasons, right? We all do this. And I'm going to show you what they're talking about here and how they're like validating this. Okay, so here we are looking at the Maximum Spider. See this? See all the stuff it comes with? You're looking at, okay, retooled figure. So it can have all those different classic poses, right? And it's coming with 6 set of hands. 2 head sculpts with an ugly head sculpt, which nobody wants that head sculpt. It's the dumbest, ugliest looking head sculpt. I don't see how they messed that up. But it's like, it's almost like this head sculpt is basically an example of how they feel, like, or how we feel. Like, look at that price. Oh my gosh, that's exactly how he looks. He looks like this. $50 and you still bought it. And then here's the of course spider sense, and then the little web stuff, the web shield, and these are the 2 things that you would usually get with either Mafex figure, CT figure, or whatever, right? And we've gotten some of these from Hasbro too, just in a different way. And then of course you have the stand and this loogie, this snot or piece of mucus web thing that you can have. And of course, oh, I can put it on a stand. Like, well, you can find a stand from anybody else. You can buy it somewhere else. You get a small, little insignificant, small, cheap stand from somewhere else. And you don't have to spend $50 for that. So people are like, okay, well, it's all the accessories, man. Like, and I was looking at Lyle's figure files. And he was talking about, look at all the accessories you get. Well, let's take a look at that for a moment. So let's take a look. I mean, you got these classic poses that you want to do for Spider-Man. I mean, you cannot lie, cannot deny. That's a cool looking pose right there. That is classic. That's the same pose that you would see when you're looking at some of the other projects that you didn't know was associated with Marvel, like Muppet Babies. Muppet Babies at the end would have Spider-Man flip onto Marvel Productions, and he would be just like that. And that was so cool. I was like, what's Spider-Man doing here? It was so cool. And then you got this one right here. That's, of course, the classic one. Yeah, people like seeing that. And there you go, him shooting out the loogie. So this is cool here, right? Now, let's take a look at some of these other figures that have given us quite a few accessories. Because the accessories are not it. They're not a good reason to validate the price point. It has to be the tooling and the articulation for them to say it's $50. And you have to think about it. Like, I mean, some of these other Hasbro figures, you've been getting some good articulation out of them, some great poses out of them. But they're saying, oh, this is going to be the maximum. We want $50 for it. And here's the thing. Hasbro has been looking at you. They've been watching. They've been looking at your conversations. They've been looking at your responses to Dan. And they know exactly what they're doing. They've been looking at you, waiting to see what your cap would be. And a lot of you said, I mean, the general number that I've seen across has been 45. Like 45 is the absolute cap. Some would say 40, but 45. And so Hasbro was like, oh, 45, huh? Now they most likely already had a price point in their head already, but they're looking at you just to see what your cap would be and see if they need to adjust, if they, decide to adjust. And they said, okay, 45, huh? Well, we're going to do an extra $5, $50. And that's that price point to where you are uncomfortable with, you're frustrated with, but yet you may still buy it. And they know this. They know it's a frustrating one, but they know you're still going to want to buy it because it's like, FOMO, fear of missing out, And then you got some folks that will ridiculously believe that this is going to show up at Ollie's. No, it will not. It will not. No, it won't. Spider-Man figures do not show up at Ollie's. And when I say Spider-Man figures, I'm talking about actual Peter Parker, Miles Morales, those iconic prime Spider-Man figures. They don't show up at Ollie's. You get Spider-Man affiliate figures showing up at Ollie's, like Tarantula, like the Rose, like these other ones in the retro card or what have you. They'll show up at Ollie's, but you won't see Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, maybe not even Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man or Spider-Girl, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Spider-Man. You're not going to see that at Ollie's. You're not going to see that at, well, you might see it at Ross. It's a possibility. You know, there's other stuff that's popped up at Ross, but you're definitely not going to see this at Ollie's. You're not going to do it because this is something that's going to be scooped up as soon as the price gets lowered. It's not even at Target, but as soon as it gets lowered anywhere, someone's going to snatch it up. And I'm happy that it has not been sold out everywhere. And I say I'm happy because, I mean, it's not my prerogative. I mean, it's whatever you want to do, right? But I'm happy regarding people speaking with their wallet. That's what I'm happy about. People saying, I'm not doing it because they just don't want to do it. It's not selling out just because of FOMO. There's actually hope for the community, for folks that are just not jumping on it. So Big Bad Toy Store still has it in stock. Entertainment Earth at the point of this video, they're still in stock. I think maybe Amazon still may have it in stock. But let's just take a look at some of these things here that we've seen in the past. So you have, look at this guy. Superior Spider-Man. This guy has 1, 2, 3 sets of hands. And then he has another head sculpt. And he has these two things here, which you really don't need. Just one. But, I mean, they gave you two. One that's just there without the holes for the legs, and the other one for the legs. And each and every one of these legs, you get 4 of them. Each and every one of them articulate. You can turn them, twist them, bend them. You can have it to where it's supporting this guy's weight in a different kind of pose. This right here was going for what? I got it for $24.99 at Target. I think it's going for like, oh yeah, on Big Bad Toy Store it's going for $29.99 or actually $30.99. But you can get it elsewhere for $29.99. That's what this is. So they're saying, okay, full $30. $30 for everything here. And you're looking at this going, you know what? I don't see a problem with that. Then I like how Articulated Ninjas pointed out, and some others pointed out about the Phoenix. That Phoenix came with that big old bird. They're wanting $50 for it. I'm glad I jumped on it when they had that snafu price at Big Bad Toy Store. I jumped on it then, and they said, okay, well, those who jumped on that lower price, you know, we're going to honor that. And I kept that thing, and I let them honor that price. So I got it for that, but they want $50 for that. So are you saying that the bird is another figure? Right? So this right here is a good comparison because of all the things it comes with. And it's only $30. But they're talking about articulation. So it must be the tooling. So you can't convince me that it's the accessories. It has to be more of the tooling. And then you're trying to convince me that that alone is worth maybe $30. And then you got the accessories that are, I mean, the typical accessory that you normally have are the hands, right? Let's take a look at another one. This one right here. Look at this. This is the retro version. At Target right now still for $27.99. Look at how many hands you get. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of hands. And these little web wings right here. And then you get this thing here. $27.99. $28 is what they're saying. Not even a full $30. $28. And you get the same kind of articulation you would normally get. It just doesn't have that maximum articulation. But it's only $28. So what kind, I mean, is the tooling really that expensive to where you're charging a whole another figure for it? Because these are the accessories. So take a look. It's $28. So you're basically saying, like, it would normally come with 2 sets of hands, Like a normal Spider-Man on a good day. It's a good day or a worse day. I would say a worse day. On the worst day, it would be 2 sets of hands. Right? You'll see a figure, 2 sets of hands. And that's about it. You may not get no web, no nothing. It's just a figure, 2 sets of hands. That's $25. That's most likely what you'll get. Let me take a look around my room here. See? Yep. And you might get another head. You might. I'm looking at the other Spider-Man and I don't see anything else. Hold on one second. I'm looking at this Ben Reilly. 1 second. Nope. That retro card of Ben Reilly comes with 3 sets of hands. Both Ben Reillys, honestly, come with 3 sets of hands. So there you go. So Spider-Man, but still, like I said, on his worst day, will come with at least 2 sets for $24.99. 24. So what are you saying? This is 1, 2. So this is a set. So what? This is $8. So $3 more, right? So what are you saying? This is what? 25, 25, 50, 25, 25, 50. That's $2. And these right here, like a quarter. No, I mean, not a quarter. This is probably less than that. Because, I mean, this is really nothing. And this is, I mean, just lumped it all together to one big price to where all it is equals $1. Is that what you're telling me? Like I said, on their worst day is this. So you get 2 extra. And then these, what are you telling me? These right here is $1 or $3 more? Right. But you have this over here where you have, look at all that. You got 1, 2. I mean, they threw this in here so you can take off the arm, the torso, not the arm, the torso, but the forearm. Excuse me. You take the forearm off, which is pretty cool. I can dig that. Taking the forearm off and have the exposed hand. You don't usually see that, the exposed hand and the web shooter. That's cool. And then 1, 2, 3. Look at the web shooting at the hand. 4, 5. And then throw in a 6. Don't count that because that's some garbage and some ugliness. They shouldn't have done that to begin with. But that head right there is all that matters. And then the webs, which don't count for nothing really. And the little cheap looking stand. That thing is cheap looking. Come on, man. You probably can't even screw that, put a screwdriver in there and make it tighter or something. I don't know. It's weird. But you're trying to tell me that this right here is $50? Not the accessories. Because you're talking about just only, like, wait, maybe what? 1, like 50-50. See, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's $3 maybe. 4. Lump all that together to $5.50. Really? That's about like $5, maybe 6. Let's go and round it up. $6. So $24.99, $6 right there. So 25. So you're looking at what? $25 plus 6. $31 for this figure. Where is the extra money coming from? Where's it going to? Has to be the tooling, right? Has to be. Let's take a look at another figure here. Miles Morales. Build-A-Figure. 2 hands, head, little effects. Boom. This thing was going for, what, $19.99, $22-something now? I mean, it may be more than that because of people that are like, hey, this is a sought-after figure maybe, but there it is. Oh, wait a minute. The other hands are right there. My bad. 1, 2, 3 sets of hands. Accessory, or actually, it's another set of hands, honestly, because this is your, the effect. The spider sting or venom sting he has. So those are hands right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of hands, and this only for $20-something. $19.99, $22.09, and then the extra head. So yeah. So it's not at all when you're talking about the accessories. No, that ain't it. It's the tooling. It's all in here. This is only $6 more. This is everything else is in here. And you're telling me that's $50. That's what they're telling you. It's worth 2 figures. Not alone the 2-packs that you get sometimes. This right here, just this, is worth almost 2 figures. That's what they're saying. Now, I may not agree with it. You may not agree with it. But again, some of this stuff is just, it's valuable to some people. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm glad people are speaking with their wallets. Me, myself, I actually thought about getting it or just pre-ordering it to see what would happen. See if the price may fluctuate or change or something. But no, it won't. It's just $50. That's how it's going to be. A friend of mine's like, I don't agree with the price, but I want it. And exactly what Hasbro wanted. They wanted you to be frustrated, but still wanted you to get it. So there you have it. Oh man, that's crazy. It's absolutely, it's wild, man. Wild time for collecting right now because we don't know how this is going to go. Are you saying that the maximum line, if this works out, which it apparently is working out because it's sold out on Hasbro Pulse, right? If this turns out to be the norm, that means that more maximum figures are going to be coming out at $50. I don't know how that's going to affect the regulars because you're still looking at these other ones with $24.99 figures, and you would basically have a competition with somebody else. You're like, okay, what can you do that this figure can't? And you're going to try your best to articulate that figure the best way you can to match what this does. And if you come close, that is not money well spent. $50, if the person next to you gets this figure and they come with their regular, whatever new Spider-Man to come out, last year's Spider-Man or whatever, and you get into an articulation war to see if they can get into all these different poses, and they come close or exactly like some of these poses that is claimed to be able to do that others cannot, that is not money well spent. You wasted your time. You wasted your money. You got some other cool stuff that you can probably put on some other figures, except for these hands here. And you got this and you got that, which you can find in some other figure here. If you got a CT toy or a Mafex or any other kind of Spider-Man figure, you can get the Loogie. You can get this right here from somewhere else, and you would have spent way less than $50 on something that your other Spider-Man figures can actually come close to doing. How much more is it? How much more articulated? I want people to do this. When you get your figure, make a video to where you are showing how much more articulate this thing is. It better be a large margin, a $25 margin. It better be a $25 margin, because if it's only a $6 margin, you wasted your money and your time, and Hasbro got you. And they're going to be like, we're going to do it again with some other figure, and you're going to be like, him and Han, I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, no. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Appreciate you watching. Have fun collecting because it's fun. See ya.